Welcome to the CEO Lab podcast. I'm Mr. Making It Happen Instead of Watching It Happen, Reginald Dockery, a.k.a. Pharenhyt. Make some noise one time. So this podcast is for people who motivate and cultivate the entrepreneurial culture. It's called the CEO Lab because we're cooking up all type of business ideas and thoughts, and we're going to share with you a lot of information for if you're trying to get into business, you want to be an entrepreneur, or if you're a current entrepreneur and you're trying to expand your business, scale your business. We're going to have everybody from DJs to bartenders to moguls. We have some things cooking in the works, some Detroit entrepreneurs who are on my dream list of interviewers. So that's going to be pretty cool. But today, this episode is brought to you by the Lecor Lady mobile bartending service and 7 Streams Worldwide, which is a consulting business for businesses. So today we're going to be talking about the bar and restaurant industry pivot during the pandemic. And so with that, I have a very, very, very special guest. She's a friend of mine. Been knowing her forever. One of the best bartenders that I know. So I want you to make some noise and give it up for Erica Kalan, a.k.a. the Lecor Lady. Woo! What's up? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I kind of changed it. I'm not just a bartender anymore, I'm an adult beverage consultant.
I like it.
It's a little bit deeper
Okay.
than just, bartending.
Fair enough. So it does go deep. We're going to talk about a lot of that good stuff because I know, but the people don't know about like just your expansive list of things that you offer. Even sometimes when people think bartender, they think, only adults, but you do stuff for kids too, right?
I do. I have actually, that is, even though, again, with it being a multiple bartending service, I actually enjoy doing more so the mocktail events because it drives you to figure out a play on things to make it look like I'm having a drink, but I'm not having a drink.
Yeah, I like it. Especially because you have times where, for right now, I'm very transparent with my life. Right now, I'm on punishment, so I can't actually have a drink. But, she makes me some great mocktails that it's like, oh, okay, well, this is almost better than the drink. So yeah, we definitely gonna get into that a little bit. I have to pull up my questions here. So tell the people a little bit about you, yourself, your name.
Well, as he said, I go by Erica Kalan for many reasons of disassociation to my last names.
Uh-oh.
But that's a whole nother topic, whole nother conversation, whole nother podcast. I am born and raised in Detroit.
Yeah, D-Town.
Oddly enough, the building that we're sitting in, my father actually used to be a bigwig executive up on the top floor in this building. Crazy.
6 degrees of separation.
That part every time. We
found that out in Florida, right?
I'm pretty much educated through and through. DPS, stand up.
Yes, Detroit.
Mumford Mustangs, class of 02, celebrating our 20th high school graduation right now. Feeling old, I got to see one of my babies off to his high school prom last night. So, but outside of that, I have, goodness, how long have I been working? I've been working a long time. Growing up, my dad had a janitorial service. So I literally worked my way up the ranks in regards to servicing the people in a way. So I worked for my dad for his janitorial service while I was in high school. So that was pretty much from 15 to 18. Once I graduated high school, I got a job directly at the Detroit Medical Center. I was with them for another 16 years. And now currently I'm with DTE during the daytime. I'm randomly doing pop-ups and favors at a couple of bars to do favors for friends for a couple of owners when they're short-staffed. And then I have my own mobile bartending service. The goal ultimately is to grow Lecor Lady to being a nationwide brand. much like you got your Cirocs and your Grey Gooses and stuff like that. So Lecor Lady,
again, beyond just bartending.
Beyond that, it's always beyond. It's always how far can I push it? How big can it be? If this is all I can think it can be, okay, I need to multiply that by 10 because that's what the actual goal is. So that's that for the most part.
Nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So I got a list of questions here, some stuff we might get a little off, but we're just gonna flow. It's a nice little fun atmosphere. What would you say is the most important thing that you learned in life?
Don't take time for granted.
Nice.
Don't take time for granted. So again, total transparency. Grew up in the church background, and with that being said, my mother was hard set on, you can't leave home if you're not married. So I got married at 21.
Ooh, early.
I got married at 21. And a lot of it
I was 22, so I get it. I can relate.
A lot of it had to do with because I'm the oldest of my mother's 2 children. Oddly enough, the way it works, I'm the oldest, the middle, and the baby.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
We'll circle back to that now, explaining how I'm the oldest, the middle, and the baby. So with that being said, in our household, it was myself, my mom, my stepdad, and my younger brother. And she was having separation anxiety my senior year of high school. Mm-hmm. I got accepted into Ohio State, and I'm like, all right, I'm out. And she's like, nah, yeah, about that. You're going to do a year here, and then we'll discuss about you going you leaving out of state. So then I was like, okay, well, forget it. I don't need college, because at the time my other side hustle was doing hair, like at the time, Votech and stuff was huge. So I had a few hair braiding.
Shout out to Votech.
Yeah. Had a few hair braiding and hair cultivating classes at Randolph. So it was like, forget it. Fine. I'll just go ahead and go to school, get my cosmetology license. And I'm going to do hair. Like the goal when I wanted to do hair, it was, I want to be out here doing hair for the stars, the basketball players' wives and stuff like that. Or when plays and stuff come in the town and, Beyonce and them are here and they need a hairstylist in Detroit. Like that, I wanted to be that it girl, that person. And my mom looks at me and goes, not necessarily sharing those dreams and aspirations with her about how far I wanted my hair business to go. She's like, a hairdresser. It's not a real job. There's no medical benefits. There's no 401k. There's no retirement. There's no this. Then it's like, come on, lady, you're just shooting everything and down.
Man, I don't know how many jobs I've worked where they say, oh, that's not a real job. I'm like, it gives me real money, so.
I beg to differ. Yeah, so, at the time, that's when I ended up down at DMC. So again, I gave that company 16 years of my life.
Ooh.
I gave a marriage 10 years.
Wait, you said 16, carried a 1. Because you're not that old. Okay.
No, I started working I actually lied a little bit. I actually started working at 17. I got hired right after I graduated high school. I'm a ball baby. So I graduated high school at 17. I didn't turn 18 till that November. I had started working that September. Graduated in June. I had a job.
Started working already. Okay.
I had a job. Enough. So at 17, and then again to give them all that time, and then they went through a merger. Hey, we gotta let you go. Like, wow. Wait, what? Wait, what does this mean? Like, I'm just getting to turning 30, and they're like, we're laying you off. Laid off.
Right. What's that? I don't understand that.
What are you talking? I had 15 more years to go, and I was going to be my 30 and done. What do you mean you're laying me off?
In and out.
So again, with giving time to a company that just pretty much showed me that I was nothing but a number, and then the failed marriage and all the time, love, and effort that I put into that, I'm like, if I took that time and put it into me and the things that I'm actually passionate about, like, yeah, you would be so much further right now. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had been able to stand up more so for myself in regards to my mom and saying, no, I'm out. I'm going to cosmetology school, like, or whatever, or it's just standing up and like that realization of that time. Cause she's like, and then maybe she knew, cause she's like, I need more time with you. That's why you can't go. But I wasn't getting it. And then she ultimately in the long run said, I should have let you go. Let you go. Cause it's so much time that you've wasted here doing nothing. You got married to this knucklehead and now you're dealing with the remnants of all of that. And now you having to figure everything out again.
And those who follow me on social media or know me in real life know that I always say, do what you love and love what you do. Because the time is the most valuable asset that we never get back.
Ever. It's the only thing in life that's not refundable.
Yeah, let me go back and like redo it. Like you can go and redo some things, but that actual time is lost, is gone.
Yep.
Now let's touch base back on how you're the oldest, the middle, and the baby. Like, how does that work?
Okay, so again, my mom only has 2 children, so it's myself and my younger brother. So I'm the oldest there.
Okay.
My biological father, shout out to him, the guy that used to be the big wig executive in this building. I am his second child. So I have a sister that's 13 years older than me, and then then it's me, and then I have a younger sister that's 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
And in regards to my stepfather, I am the baby girl. So that's how I'm the oldest, the middle, and the baby.
Okay, shout out to being all 3. All right, I feel you. Tell the people, what's one of the best compliments that you've received as far as your business and what you've offered to your clients, your services?
Eric, I thought you were going to ask me something totally different because I actually had a compliment of the lifetime earlier today, but we
got to talk about that off camera.
No, it's a growth thing, but ultimately it pours back into the person I am, and again, who I strive to be in life. But in regards to the best compliment that I ever got, boom, 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 boom. It's my willingness and ability to pull off the impossible.
I like it.
That actually just came from one of my younger cousins, and it's one of those extended family cousins. You hang around my family, so we got the Hobson side. Shout out to the Hobsons.
Right. Shout out.
I did my aunt's 75th birthday party, and it literally was a last minute everything, and I'm pulling my hair out like. I hit you up. Remember, I'm like, yo, they not doing this up to my standards, my par. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to go. I don't want to put Lecor Lady's name on it. So they be like, hey, Erica came and did this event, and
it bombed, and it was all her fault.
Yeah, So again, my younger cousins just were grateful that in that 11th hour, I made it happen, and it looked like I wasn't brought in at the last minute. And, my aunt, she just was so grateful. She's like, everything was so elegant and everything was done with grace. And I would have never known that we were missing this and we didn't have these ingredients for this, because it was, like I said, it was one of those last minute things that was put together. So a lot of the things that I typically would put in for an event, it got missed. Because they didn't know, if you're having a bartender, you need ice, you need mixers, you need this, you need that, So we made it work. So again, I know the scrutiny of my family is always to a high standard. So it's right. To get a compliment from them, it's like pulling teeth. So again, I was really, really grateful for that. And, I was like, okay, all right, I might know what I'm doing with this here thing right here.
All right. Well, we're going to make a little a detour real quick.
Okay.
Because I want the people to understand and know. I one of the first questions was, who is the Lecor Lady?
Okay.
So, who is the Lecor Lady? Where did the name come from? How is it spelled? It's not spelled the normal way. It's not spelled the normal way. So people, when they started to Google you think, okay,
don't be spelling liquor like the liquor store. No, it's not that.
So give us a little history backdrop of who the Lecor Lady is, where it came from. It didn't just fall out the sky.
You mean all these people people went at my launch party where I went through this story already?
I mean, a couple people probably wasn't. A couple people. People down in Florida, Texas, out in Cali, they probably have no idea.
Yeah, for sure. So the Lecor Lady, shout out to my immediate family, the Counts, Counts, because we all we got. So my grandfather was a big cabaret party type dude. So my mom and them, they would work the coat check and stuff like that and do the little running and stuff like that at the cabarets. So once the grandkids and stuff came along, that translated to, it's always a family party. It's always a party at somebody's house in the basement. So my grandfather passed in 94. He passed in August. That December, because my grandfather was a Christmas baby, that December, my grandfather would always do a huge birthday party for himself on Christmas Eve. So, since he had been sick, we hadn't been doing it. So that year that he passed, we were like, yo, we getting back to what we used to do. This is our first Christmas without him. His birthday, we going all out with a bang. So my one cousin, Dawn, she was home from college, and she's newly 21, 22, and she thinks she knows what she's doing behind the bar. And like me being the little cousin that, you know how everybody has that one person that when I grow up, I want to be just like her. So like she was the cousin that was the cousin for me. We fight like cats and dogs to this day, but like growing up, she was that one.
Love.
Yeah, it's all love, you know, like, so she's whipping up, like, I guess her version of a fuzzy navel, which later on in life I can find out she was making that shit completely wrong.
Shout out to the wrong drink. Like, oh.
So I'm helping her out, and then I'm like running back and forth. We're at my uncle's house. I'm running back and forth up and down the steps with cups and take this to Uncle Rodney, take this to Uncle Larry, give this to Auntie Sharon, give this to Auntie Vermel, give this to Auntie Angie, and I'm just running back and forth. And they're like, Erica, what are you doing? And
it's kind of like a bar back.
Yeah, pretty much, right. Just bar backing the heck out of my 12-year-old self. So I'm like, I'm helping the Lecor Lady. And they're like, huh?
Like, what? What are you talking about?
I'm helping Dawn, the Lecor Lady. She down there doing the stuff with the liquor. And they're like, oh, okay. And like everybody, you know, chuckled and they're laughing and ha ha ha, blah, blah, blah. So that was 94. The name was born in 94, and I didn't know.
1994. That was a good year.
No, it wasn't.
It was a good year for me.
What happened for you?
We'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
It was a good year. Then
we're gonna add that to the things to discuss off camera.
Right. Well, made some good money that year.
Okay. It wasn't with nobody named Pam, was it?
Pam?
I don't know why this name Pam keeps coming to me in a dream, but not in a good way. I don't know.
I don't think I even know a Pam.
I have an auntie Pam.
Shout out to Auntie Pam.
She's down in Atlanta. That's my other aunt down in Atlanta. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep it flowing. So, what does it mean to you to be a Black female CEO?
It means a lot, because growing up, we didn't have many of those. You had Oprah. And it's like, even at that time, she wasn't a full-fledged CEO. She was just getting her footing, you know? So to be a Black CEO, a Black female CEO, to be a female CEO, to be a woman coming out of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like a city that was wrote off years ago. You know, if it ain't the plant or the automotive or this or that, like, when Motown left, they like everything left. That's how they look at us as. But one of the things that I love about being a Detroiter, we're those people that we put ourselves up by our bootstraps, and we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna make it happen no matter what.
For sure.
So my ability and, you know, being able to show like your daughters, my younger cousins, my nephew, you know, the generations behind me, like, yo, yeah, that 9 to 5 is cool, but making your own money, that's where it's at. So, you know, setting that path and that groundwork for the people that's coming up behind me. Like, I have my one younger cousin that's staying with me right now. She has, you know, she does hair accessories and stuff like that. So, like, she's been doing that since she was in high school. Her younger sister is doing bracelets and stuff like that. So, again, like, I know for a fact, they're like, cousin, you know, I started my own business because you got a business.
Nice.
You know?
Being a perfect example.
Yeah.
And one of the things I would say about, shout out to Detroit, born and raised, love my city, love my people. We always find a way.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna hustle. We gonna sell us some hair. We gonna do a party. We selling something. We making something. We cooking dinners. We doing something. Like, we ain't gonna just be out here like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't make no money. I can't hustle. Like, we're gonna find a way to hustle.
True. And
I'm about to show my age a little bit. My first hustle was in high school or in elementary school, selling Kool-Aid in the sandwich bag.
Sandwich bags with a little sugar in them.
Yep, that was my first hustle.
And you've been telling business trade secrets to my nephew because, you know, he's out here hustling candy bars at the school lately.
Can't be mad at him. Can't be mad at him.
Where are you getting these candy bars? Where are you getting these candy bars from? You know, like.
Right. Buy me a couple candy bars. Go to school and flip them. All right. So I got a, I guess, kind of deep question, but I mean, it's kind of interesting, I should say. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, and serve them some of your delicious cocktails, who would they be?
I think some of the people I want to do a dinner with, they might not even be drinkers.
Wait.
Let's see.
I mean, they may not be, but you know.
I can serve them a mocktail, though, right?
In the ideal world, yeah, like, so it doesn't necessarily have to be an alcoholic beverage, but you having somebody from historic sit down, having dinner, and you're gonna serve them a mocktail or cocktail, and who would those 3 people be?
3 people.
And again, remember, dead or alive, so it can be a historic figure, it can be somebody who's, you know, hanging around Detroit right now. You never know.
Right. Dame Dash. We had this discussion the other day. Like, again, he is somebody that is kind of semi an enemy in the world, but I love the man's business sense.
Absolutely. Shout out to Dame Dash.
I love the man's business sense.
Dame, if you happen to see this, hear this, we definitely want you on the show. He's one of my dream guest lists. That's my man's.
Dame Dash. Langston Hughes. That's for the writer in me. You know, my other passion, my writing and my poetry. So Dame, Langston, and my mama.
Gotta have mama there. Shout out to mama.
My mama.
You got her on your arm right now.
I know. So
she's
now
hanging out with you.
Yeah. So she's everywhere I go now. Those would be my 3, because I feel there's, like, with my mom, I feel that there's so much that she poured a lot into me while she was here, you know, but I feel that there's just a few things that I still needed to pour back into her that I think I didn't give back to her while she was here. Dame, like I said, because I want to pick his brain in regards, because I love his thinking and his thought process in regards to business. And again, he's another one that's always been an advocate about entrepreneurship as well.
Absolutely.
You know, so
I remember the one of my favorite interviews with him was at the Breakfast Club. And, you know, him and Envy was just going at it. And he's like, can you leave this radio station to your people?
Yes. Yeah, that one.
Can you leave this to your kids? And he was like, no, but I make a lot of money. He's like, no, but it's not yours. You don't own it.
Yeah. That's
like,
yep.
You got a good point.
Yeah. And then, like I said, Langston, just to pick his mind about what was the thought process that went into this writing, you know, or what was the emotion that you invoked to because his work is amazing. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, those are
one of my favorite writers as well. Okay. Shout out to those 3 people. Yeah. Nice. I like it. What's something that people seem to misunderstand about you as a mobile bartender and having a mobile bartending service that's like, you know, okay, I called to hire you and it's like, oh, I'm thinking I'm going to get this, or I think she's going to come and do this. And it's like, nope, that's not quite what we do.
Let's see. I don't think I haven't had so much a misunderstanding in a way that they're surprised that I'm like, no, I don't do that. It's more so, I think, how much I offer for the price that you get.
Good, great value.
Yeah, you know, because it's like, all right, you need a bartender. All right, you got a bar already at the location, or am I bringing a bar? You have a bar? So I guess, yeah, you get that. You have a bar?
Like,
yeah, I have a full-fledged, full-service bar.
Don't need to break out the card table for you?
Yeah, you know, I have a full-fledged, full-service bar that if you don't have a standing